Another day of fiery hearings at the International Court of Justice as it considers the legality of Israeli occupation of Palestinian territories. China has called for a two-state solution, expressing continued support for the Palestinians.
China has consistently supported the just cause of the Palestinian people in restoring their legitimate right. Chinese President Xi Jinping has stressed on multiple occasions that China calls for comprehensive ceasefire and early solution to the question of Palestine on the basis of two-state solution through negotiation.
Iran also putting pressure on the ICJ, describing the hearing as a turning point in the history of humanity. The Iranian representative criticized the UN Security Council for being complicit in the situation in Gaza. And for more, Ishan Garg joins us live from Brussels. Ishan, China, Iran and Iraq, some of the countries that have already addressed the World Court in the first session. We heard the Chinese representative there. What other main points have they made?
Well, China has essentially said that the Palestinian people have a right to self-determination. They have also described Israel as the belligerent occupying power in the region and said that Israel is in contravention of several international laws and it's in violation of human laws. One of the very key points that China raised, which has also been sounded off in some way by other countries, including the United States itself, is of course the call for a two-state solution through dialogue. This is something that we've heard from the majority of nations who have spoken thus far at the ICJ. But one of the things that stands out from China's comments is, of course, the Chinese representative telling the court that the occupied people who are living under oppression of another colonial power, a foreign power, in this case Israel, according to China, have a right to armed struggle. That's something we haven't heard from a lot of countries at the ICJ. But apart from that, China has said that the two sides need to come together to move towards a possible solution. They ended the argument by saying that justice for the Palestinian people has long been delayed, but it should not be denied. And similar opinions were also voiced by Iran and Iraq, who again criticized Israel for its quote-unquote occupation of the Palestinian territories and saying that Israel is illegitimately occupying those territories and that the Palestinian people should get the right to self-determination soon.
Ishan, of course, that's the first session. The second session on day 4 of the ICJ hearing, a week of these hearings. More countries, and that includes Malaysia, will be presenting their arguments. Malaysia, of course, the Palestinian issue getting a great deal of domestic attention in Malaysia. What's likely to be coming up?
Well, Malaysia will certainly be leading the charge in terms of the presence of major South Asian countries at the ICJ. Malaysia has already said that it's going to support the Palestinian cause no matter what. It's also spoken out against Israel for its actions in Gaza. So it's likely that Malaysia's case will also be rife with more criticism for Israel, will also raise more concerns about the Palestinian people. And the other countries that are going to follow Malaysia also include countries which may follow the same suit. We are going to hear from Kuwait, from Libya, from Jordan. These are not only countries that have criticized Israel in the past, but they are also countries that have a direct stake in the peace in the Middle Eastern areas, because these are countries which are neighboring Israel, but are very close to Israel and in some way can become crucial regional partners. Now, we need to understand that the proceedings as they go on, which will last until Monday, will result in an advisory opinion and which will not be legally binding. But all of these countries are hoping that they will be able to put enough pressure on Israel to improve the situation of the Palestinian people.
Thanks. Ishan Garg reporting live there from The Hague.